Alright you guys, so I just tried to do this video and somebody ended up calling me, so have to do it again. Okay, so anyway, basically what happened over the weekend, as you guys know, I went MIA for a little while, and reason why is because me and my family went down to Springfield, Missouri over the weekend, and we spent the whole weekend down there, and we went to the National Wildlife Museum or whatever that Bass Pro Shops has now. It's like a big aquarium thing. That was pretty cool. If you do go down there, be warned, if you are not a very good walker, if you don't walk a long ways, it's probably not for you, because I tell you what, I was tired by the end of it. My feet were screaming, you know. And it's a long walk, that's for sure. But it was pretty cool. They had some sharks and grouper. They had some giant bass, like 15-pound bass in there, and it was pretty cool. So I bought a bunch of lures as well. I bought like almost 80 bucks worth of lures. I had $100 to spend and didn't end up getting to spend the $100. I could have very easily, but I decided to save a little bit more because I might have some future plans, and I'll probably use that $20 for. So go ahead and start with the Bass Pro Shops lure, the XPS stuff first. I got this little swim bait here. It's like $3. Pretty cool little swim bait. And I think it is in blueback herring color. It doesn't have a size on it. Like it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's this 4-inch long swim bait though. But yeah. Then I also got some drop shot stuff. And as you guys know, I done the shaky head versus drop shot video. But I'm also going to be getting a little bit more into throwing shaky heads I messed up. Getting a little bit more into throwing drop shots because it's a fun way of fishing. So I got these little things here. These are Bass Pro, what are they called? Drop shot worm. They got a little eyelet on them. Pretty cool. I think that these here will catch some fish. They're 4-inch long, and the color is called Ghost Shad. Then I've heard so much about people talking about these morning dawn colored straight tail worms on a drop shot, so I ended up picking up some. These are Bass Pro Shops. They're called Tri-Worm or Tricolor Worm. It's only 2 colors. I don't know why it's called Tricolor Worm. But they're 4.5-inch long worms in morning dawn color. Pretty cool looking worm. Just about dropped it. But I am hopefully going to be able to test these out this weekend maybe. Then I got some hard baits as well, made by Bass Pro Shops with the XPS Lure Company. I got one topwater bait from them. It is a double whopper plopper, basically just a fake double whopper plopper, but it was like $3 cheaper than the normal whopper ploppers, so I got it. Pretty cool. As you guys can tell, there's 2 different whopper plopper tails, and they both spin, or they're both supposed to spin different directions. So that'd be cool. Then I also got some fake S-Wavers made by Bass Pro Shops Company. I got one in rainbow trout color. Oh, this one here is called Ghost Shad, and this one here is rainbow trout. I've heard a lot about trout-colored swim baits and catching some big bass on them, so I figured, why not? Then I got this one here. This color here is called Hitch, and it's basically just a blue and silver bait with a little bit of black spots on it. Kind of mimics just about everything. It kind of mimics a crappie, a bluegill in certain ways with the blue and black, and it ultimately just mimics a shad mainly, but it can mimic other things as well. Pretty cool color on that one. I'm pretty excited to try those out as well. I also bought some jigs. Now, I already got these jigs out of the package because, like I said, I tried to do a video earlier and it didn't work. But I already have this one with a trailer on it. It's got a Zoom trailer on it. I'll show you that here in a little bit. But nice little Iaconelli Missile Baits mini flipping jig. Perfect little trailer on it. Looks really good. I think it'll definitely catch fish. Next, I got this Cliff Pace Pacemaker jig made by V&M. It's like a bluegill swim jig, but the problem is, and what I don't really like about it is, you see how it has all these colors on this side. Well, this side, it's just green. I don't really like that. Most companies don't, or most companies have the color on both sides. This one here, I do feel that this one here was more to catch the fisherman over the actual fish. Just saying, you know. Then I got this tiny little flipping jig. I can't even remember what brand made this thing. I broke the packaging opening it at the hotel that we were at, and I don't remember what company made it. I don't remember what color it's in, but it's a nice little tiny finesse jig. Then, like I said a minute ago, I'm going to try to get more into drop shot fishing just a little bit more. So I got some drop shot hooks. These here are fancy little hooks. They got like a swivel in the eyelet. What that does is it helps you tie your line to your weight here, tie your main line here, and then there you go. It holds your hook straight out just like that, and it helps your hookup ratio, and it also helps you if you're a new angler to fishing a drop shot. The only downside to fishing nose hook hooks like those are, the only downside to it is they're not super weedless. That's why I mostly go to an EWG. But when an EWG, you know, when you're using tiny little finesse worms, those there work the best. So, next, I think I've already got everything that I just went over a second ago. So everything else in here is soft plastics and stuff. I got some lizards. Now, I've said this before, and I'll probably say it some more unless I catch some on it. I've never caught a fish on a lizard. I just never have. I've tried. I've tried it on Carolina rigs. I've tried it rigged on jig heads, shaky heads, Texas rigs, weightless Texas rigs. I just can't catch a fish on a lizard. I don't know why. I just can't. So I ended up buying, which may sound stupid to some people, but I'm going to try to catch a fish on a lizard. I ended up buying some June bug colored 8-inch lizards made by Zoom. People say that these things work during the summertime, big Magnum lizards. So I was going to get pumpkin chartreuse tail, but they didn't have that. So I ended up getting June bug. That was the like second best recommended color on Google. So that's what I ended up getting. Next, these here are kind of crazy looking when you first see them. They aren't your conventional looking bait, but I've seen them catch some big fish. So I bought them. These are Strike King Rage Tail. These are called the Smokin' Rooster. And they are pretty wild looking. That's what they look like. They're 5-inch long baits. I've got hundreds of baits that are that small or that are that size, and I've caught a lot of fish on them, so I don't really think that it's going to be like intimidating to the fish. It's kind of wild looking. It looks like a stingray up here. It's got a big like scorpion looking tail on it. It's pretty wild, but as you guys can see, you can separate these and then they flap, and they look pretty cool, honestly. I think that they're going to catch some fish. I don't know when I'll be able to go and try them, but I do think that they are going to catch some fish. Probably going to rig them weightless and buzz them across the surface, or fish them on a Texas rig, maybe even a Carolina rig. I need to start throwing a Carolina rig a little bit more. Honestly, I hate fishing them, but I'm going to probably start throwing them a little bit more. And I've seen on the Strike King Fish Hard TV show that one of the guys likes to throw these on Carolina rigs. So I'll probably end up throwing both these and the lizards on Carolina rigs. So other Strike King bait that I got, as you guys know, one of my favorite overall lure companies there is Strike King. So I've got a few different things from them. These here are the Magnum Rage Bugs. Now, you guys know I'm a big fan, a lot of people are, even people that aren't even sponsored by Strike King, love the normal size Rage Bugs. I personally do as well. So I ended up buying some of the Magnum size Rage Bugs. And these are in Bama Crawl color, one of my favorite crawfish imitators. And that's what they look like. They work great as swim jig trailers, chatterbait trailers. They work great on Texas rigs, flipping, pitching, casting, whatever you want to do. And you can separate the appendages like I did with these. They're just a good little bait. These here are actually a little bit bigger than the normal ones. These here they're 4.5, and I'm pretty sure the normal ones are 4 even. And they're a little bit thicker plastic than the normal Rage Bug, which is why they're a little bit bigger profile in the water. Pretty excited to throw these as well. Put these on a big football head jig, give it a bigger profile, and I'm pretty excited to throw them. If I can ever get it back in the packaging, there we go. Okay, so next, alright, what else do we have here? We got some Yum baits. These here are drop shot baits. Like I said, I want to get a little bit more into drop shot fishing, and so I bought these here. These are called the Yum Warning Shot. These are for drop shot and either drop shotting or the what's that rig called? Damiki rigging. And basically, this color here is called Bold Bluegill. It's brown on top with a bright green bottom. I think that color there will work pretty cool in clear water. I think it'll work pretty decently. Next is this one here. This is also a Yum Warning Shot, but this color here is called Ghost Shad. I've actually got quite a few lures in that color. But it's kind of like a clearish gray shad color, and I think these here will work really well on a drop shot as well. So I think that's all for drop shotting, or for the drop shot stuff that I got. I got these here, like I said, for the jig trailers. These here are awesome little jig trailers. They're called the Zoom Z-Crawl Junior, and these are in green pumpkin color. Pretty nice little things. They're kind of like the Rage Mini Scrub, but cheaper. And I've heard that they have a little bit better action, or a little bit different action than the normal Mini Scrub. So I also got some of these little patch things, because I have this shirt that I've got a couple patches already on it from companies that have sent me patches, from Strike King, Abu Garcia, and I've got another one. Berkeley Trilene actually sent me one. And Bass Pro, Tracker Boats, and what's the other one? The other one is pretty cool. This one here is something that my dad has always said when he's talking to old timers that I like fishing and stuff. He always says that if you get a kid hooked on fishing and not drugs, it's good. So this one here literally says, "Get hooked on fishing, not drugs. Future Fisherman Foundation." So that's pretty cool as well. Then I think there's only one more thing in here. Yep, there is. And then there's the by far biggest thing I've got. So everybody knows, or a lot of people know anyway, that I've been fishing these 10-inch worms made by Strike King. They're pretty big sized worms, and they catch some bigger fish. So I found these, and I thought, these are perfect. These are, what color is this called? This is called Motor Oil Red Flake. And it's kind of like a green, but when you hold the green up to the light, it turns red, and it's got a lot of red flake in it. Pretty cool color. And these are the Man's 12-inch jelly worm. You guys see they got the big paddle tail on there, and it's not a small bait at all. I'm really excited to throw these out on like a big Texas rig with like a 5/0 hook, or fishing them on a Carolina rig. Pretty cool deal, and it's a pretty decent sized bait, that's for sure. They're 12-inch long, and they're the Man's jelly worm. So I'm pretty excited to throw all these baits. I'm going to leave it up to y'all. I'm going to leave it up to you guys, because I want to do a bunch of review videos. As you guys know, I said that during my video, the last video I made, that I was going to do some review videos. So let me know down in the comments, out of all these lures that you just seen me unbox, what do you want me to do a review on the most? And whatever comment is more repetitive, or whatever comment has the most likes, I will surely do them. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already.